And the next speaker is the Keisuke Suzuki from NTT Docomo, and he joined the NTT Docomo in 2021. 2000 past. And sorry. And over 20 years for professional experience in the telecom industry, he engaged the 3G core, 3G LAN, 4G core development project. Then he led the world first NFP project, multi-vendor project. So he is responsible for network orchestration and automation.
Hello everyone, I'm Keisuke Suzuki from NTT Docomo. Thank you for having me here. Today, I'd like to share my thought from the end-to-end automation implementation point of view. Here is today's agenda. I'll start by talking about the objective to automation, and then talk about the Docomo's NFB and automation efforts, and the challenge of the end-to-end automation. Beyond communication tools, mobile networks have become the social infrastructure. In the 5G era, we are expected to collaborate with various industries to create new businesses. Leverage 5G standalone, we can offer the telemedicine, smart cities, advanced factory automation, new entertainment style, and so on. On the other hand, so many IoT devices in 3G, 4G are already supporting social life, and mobile networks failures are affecting life itself. For example, if network service is down, people cannot use a QR code payment. Also, it impacts a lot of businesses like logistics and connected cars. So, we need to have the agility to speed up the business innovation, coupled with the reliability not to fail and resiliency to recover quickly. Given this situation, autonomous network is a now must-have for CSPs. We need to capture automation in total terms from day 0 design phase to day 2 maintenance phase. NFB is mainly targeted at the day 1 automation, but I believe we are required to take a broader view of life cycle. Now, I would like to introduce the Docomo's initiative. We believe the softwareization of infrastructure, that means NFB, must be the basis of automation. Docomo has virtualized over 80% of our core network. We are making steady progress toward full virtualization in 2025. Next, we are also working to achieve data-driven orchestration, fulfillment, and assurance based on NFB's infrastructure. We call it zero-touch operation. Using AI and big data, we aim to monetize network slices, improve operational efficiency, and enhance network reliability by closed-loop automation. We have some initiative of zero-touch operation. Today, I'd like to share one example, the POC of end-to-end slice management based on GSM framework. In addition to automatically creating slices, this POC demonstrates closed-loop control behavior when demand of slice changes. Details are available on its wiki site. Next, from this slide, I'd like to talk about the challenges we are facing as an industry in driving end-to-end automation. The first challenge is it is automated, but it's still partial. Here's one example of where automation works well. This is the case of the new NF installation. On day 0, you use the tool to create the descriptor and configuration file, and you can onboard them. And on day 1, the installation runs automatically, and on day 2, the monitoring configuration is made and integrated into the commercial network. That is a very happy scenario. However, real world is not so simple and much complex. Here is a case where happens in the real world. For example, from NFB support, NFB support auto healing, but there will be a cases where you have to heal VNF due to the service failures that manual cannot detect. And you should decide healing based on the service failure indicated by assurance. And another example, in a commercial network, there happen unexpected problems and the tier 2 or tier 3 support staff will fix the problems. The various manual measures for emergency response may break the automation pipeline. So in practice, continuous scenario or configuration or the descriptor improvement is required on day 0 to the day 2 as a feedback of commercial issues. So I believe that fulfillment, NFB orchestration, and assurance can work together to move away from partial automation. It is easy to express it in words, but it's difficult to realize because there are a lot of various data models and requirements. So we need data interoperability from day 0 to day 1 to day 2, and we have the flexibility to change the automation scenario or descriptor. And also, we need to orchestrate fulfillment and NFBO and assurance. The second challenge is integration. So needless to say, a lot of integration work is required, including various VNFs, CNFs, and their EMSs. Also, we need to consider hypervisor-based NFBI or bare metal-based NFBI and GPU and DPU. In addition, expanding the scope to day 0 and day 2, there is more complex integration. For day 0, we have to integrate NF-specific configuration, and for day 2, we need to integrate a lot of EMS with the assurance and NFBO. So it's very easy to procure one vertical solution from our vendors, but CSP needs to choose best NFs from the multiple vendors to provide the high quality and cost-effective service to their customers. So we cannot avoid these integration problems. The third challenge is the reskilling of the CSP engineers. I guess that the most CSP may have many data scientists and SREs in non-telco business unit. But for network engineer, I suppose there are not so many data scientists and SREs in CSP. So as I mentioned before, we need to integrate lots of components, and there happen problems every day. So it is necessary for CSPs to have their own data scientists and SREs. And we need to go from traditional network operation engineer to the data scientists and SREs with network domain knowledge. Engineers' mind and the organization culture should be changed, and we need to pay a lot of effort for this. So there's no magic bullet for these challenges, but giving up won't change anything. So way forward should be keep it simple, fit to standard, focus on data interoperability. So to make automation sustainable, we should reduce integration workload that doesn't produce value directly. In particular, I believe it is important to eliminate complexity, coordinate standards bodies, and interoperate data. To sum up my presentation, day 0 to day 2 automation is must-have, and integration is the major challenge. The role of the standard body is significant. Recently, it emphasizes that the use of various advanced technologies such as generative AI, digital twin, and intent-driven management. However, the underlying mechanism of data utilization and automations are essential for their realization. As an industry, it is necessary to engage in steady activities, and Docomo would like to continue to contribute. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Yes, so can I ask you the underlying mechanism of the AI? What do you mean? Do you mean the data utilization and also automation or underlying? I mean, what do you mean underlying? Do you mean virtualization of the AI? What do you mean there?
No, yeah. So actually, So we use, if we use the AI technology effectively, so we have to gather a lot of data, and we have to create the ML pipeline, and we need to the automation platform to actuate the network. So I mean that even we have a good AI algorithm, and if we don't have the great data collection mechanism or the good actuation mechanism, and that doesn't matter. So I mean that if we use the AI, now we have to manage. We have to create the data management and the automation pipeline.
Thank you.
That's one question on where you explained day 0 to day 1 to day 2, and the lack of feedback from day 2 to day 0, and all the challenges that comes with it. So how would you relate that to, like that we as operators are very used to doing some design implementation and hand it over to operations? But if you relate that to a more DevOps approach, where you take the development and design being done by the same teams as doing operations, have you any reflections on how that could potentially help solving that issue?
Yes. As you said, so DevOps approach is very important, and so we are now. This year, we have announced that our international organization changed for the DevOps. So the DevOps engineer created the configuration and the installation of the application and operate as a tier 2 or tier 3 support staff. And then we are trying to if the commercial issues happen, so that DevOps engineer have to feedback to the day 0 descriptor or the day 1 installation template, and now it's very important for the operator the DevOps approach.
Thanks.
Thank you.